Dexter Jerome Ray Jr. is a real life rayeto, meaning he's somebody who been through a lot of stuff he wasn't supposed to, and he made it big and success-wise in another way than what was used to or arranged or designed by the pansyant ruler, king god, if you will. And he made it large, been successful-wise, and did everything he was supposed to. He followed righteousness at a time unfitting for everything imaginable, and he lived a life like some near 30 years in the earth. And it was full hostage control the entire time by gay, jealous Randiance cats, Rajos, and all that was with him. Now all of these beings attacked him perfect. They permanently disgraced his tabernacle before he got the consciousness or awareness that he was anything after being poisoned, so he could not come to consciousness or awareness, which is not noble in any sporting character, and is not anything you can win, fight, or be anything against. But if a being was, he's doing it for the heritage of Hayeje. And if not, then he is a being that is distraught. And he is horribly, horribly warped by Mantre Ante Kano Waje Samagos. And that is the reality of God the Father figurehead 85791 photos. He is a being of jealousy and extravagant and demonic influence entirely. And if my sound cut comment is not God Yato, trust me. This is a regular recorded, like the other ones I made, except this one happened in sleep. But I'm still doing the things that I must do no matter what, in IBS or geek. So I followed God, did what's right. Somebody lying on me, it's normal and expected during the time of war, and I don't really care no more. But I did everything I was supposed to, followed the righteous route, and still got attacked with horrors, terrors, unimaginable. But there was no measure or rule standard for it. Nobody canonized any of the equipment before they attacked me with it. And because of that, nobody was there to tell anybody that it was referee time or guard edge rangos. And nobody told them that it's time to chill out on the Ratioto horrors. And so I got attacked with a bunch of terror unimaginable consistently. And nobody intervened with it. But because of what I've been through already, I expected things of this nature and magnitude to happen. And so I followed God, and I didn't do anything wrong. But the Tia Tiatoko Maxawaja and Toko Caprice was a deity full of demonic influence entirely. But he gave a persona and a deception so vast and far out large that for 28 years he depicted himself as the Alpha King ruler Chayete, when he is nothing of the sort. In the ancient times, to have a big, boasty image was something that people wanted to do, and they made it to seem out to be something great or oblivious and prestige. But in my experiences, first-handedly, God the Father Reggio is a flesh rot TKK Campbell's in every which way. And I'm the type of person that would get up in his face in the afterlife. But I'm not going to do it in a way that I would be killed next. I do it in a way where he can't be there, ever. And so that's the way it was. But to say God the Father to people who didn't know him is weird, because they're thinking you are Satan or something. But this is a deity evil beyond all basics, but he misbetrayed it under false Gations hope, like friendship, but it's nothing near the sort ever prime priest or Pictaco Kiko flipboard demon. And that's the way it is. It's nothing near the sort, and it's totally and entirely opposite Penrajos between righteousness and him. So he's nothing near holiness, righteousness, or the sort, but he is a demon unrelated to Dexter Jerome Ray Jr. And so I fought and I fought and I fought and won, and it was to no avail. So in my reasoning and righteousness, that told me that I must fight more and do the same thing forever, infinitely, without any type of welcome or timidity, which is fine for me, but they don't understand it. But to me, it's relief and fine, comfort and happiness and joy upon another planet, Owajo. And so that's my future, but I'm not in the hell judgment with that in particular. But everything else was. Because before I try to rest, I'm always attacked with so much spiritual tyranny that I gotta sit here. And I can't do anything but do the Omega Centaurajes in order to have peace or life in a lifetime of Rajia Edders. But there's no deception anymore. There's no evil in the world anymore. And there ain't nothing left to do about anything left in the world. because I already did it in the afterlife. So I followed righteousness, did everything I'm supposed to, and left. The terrors I exposed is regarding Lisa Lopez and left out, which is a terrible judgment for me, because I was given the impression that I'm supposed to do something I was not supposed to do. And man, the terror was so severe that I told them, yeah, but it didn't scare me. It just showed me that I was not finished with what I thought I was. And that's all it was. I thought I was finished with the righteous Royato treatment of all interrages. It turns out she was very well aware of everything that was happening. But Tiato has the wrong person entirely. If you got to put camel XOXO on a person's chest every time they speak from the afterlife, then that means you a pussy. Excuse my language, in every which way. But it's probably so cliche to call him something negative, insulting, that he don't really understand the full nature of Pandras. Because a real man go fight, fist and dare Rajay for all infinity. But he is not somebody that I would want to do in a public show at Rajay's, ever. But he damn sure not a sex pest of any sort, in my sight, for all the Rajay I do. And it was before, after times, and now and forever. But because of the torment and the terror I experienced, I left, and I went to heaven freely. But I didn't stay because his things required of me everywhere. And so when I finished everything else I was doing, I won. These persecutions are nothing in particular except they're doing things to misbetray me as a man that I'm not at the times of my unsupise canieto rajes, which means I'm not aware of the things happening because I'm in the flesh. So to know that a spiritual deity is abusing a human's consciousness under Sipo Addy Regos is cowardly in every which way. And to be a coward is the opposite of what you need to have, the sex play, if you will, on jail Joes of any type, sort, or the clay. And so all these wars that's been happening, they already knew what was happening. And they already was there and present, and they was watching these things happen. Hold on, guys. Something strange going on for me. It's not natural for my nature. And the things that's been happening, been the total opposite way, even with that same being and deity. Because he should know, just like he say the people that he think he control, he knows very well how Ellie is in the afterlife. And Ellie is not somebody that Jesus would play with. It is full angry consciousness for the reasons that you think. And so I live life rarely, and I did everything that I should do. But if an entity or a being named Lisa Lopez is still here and nobody cared, then that's why. And so I say hot heiko liking pango bars in all ways and all things entirely. So you can see in every which way how I've been doing the whole time. But Dexter Ray Jr. was so antique that the whole time God the Father was speaking and the girl was right there present, Dexter Jerome Ray Jr. never, ever, ever stopped firing. Yeah, the whole time. And God was not aware until now. So you see that reason right there in between us is the reason why niggas can act like another nigga is something that he's not. Whatever that is not holy, righteous, pure, or anything. Because if God the Father was in the afterlife and I was in the afterlife fully conscious, he'll run. Yeah, in spite of women presence. He dropped all them little beads and whatever that is in the afterlife, and he runs naturally. And that's what's been happening for 28 years already, in spite of any type of catastrophe. Why, Jojo? And we'll replay it again as soon as I get over there like Gene on Pun Riddy Scotoscopy. And that was it. Because no, I'm not a friend, and I don't sacrifice or tribute anything to the demon beast right here, Che. But man, he go get the hands enthusiastically for all infinity without Tuppy. Because all of that don't do anything but bring me excitement, because I don't scrap for no woman and I don't scrap for no enterprise man. And you don't understand that. I scrap because it's personal and it's crazy. Scrap, black. Why Joe over this? And so I do the things I should. But when you a coward, quit telling men in the earth that you a real man, like Aldo's good, when he was doing it for that work, for that kill span. And you know I mean it, because I tell you all the time. But when you talking to me when I ain't conscious, then that means you a coward aware of his prime, which is different. Yeah, and so it's cliche to say a nigga a coward and all of that, so I'ma stop. Yeah, and that's the only difference between me and Kyler Scat. Yeah, I'ma stop. Yeah, and wait for action forever. Yeah, and do it when I can for pleasure. Yeah, pleasure. Yeah, like you was Satan and you was righteous. Yeah, without it. Red JoJo's. Like you with Satan when you was righteous, if you will. Yeah. All channels. Oh.